to meet me to talk about your room proposal. So this
Okay.
is for cottage, and it's going to be the living room that I'm redesigning for you for your holiday let. So firstly, I'm just going to recap our initial brief that you discussed with me in our previous meeting to talk about your main likes and your dislikes, and what you wanted for the room. So initially you said that the property will be used as a holiday let, so it's important that the decor is durable, especially in high traffic areas. There's currently a lack of storage in the room, so there would be nowhere for guests to store things, or for games, or books and shelves for your customers, so we needed to rectify that. The room is also on street, so you wanted to maximise the daylight, so it's quite a dark room at the moment. You wanted a multifunctional space where customers could read, play games and relax. Open to ideas, but wanted something that was fresh and calming with minimal maintenance for a quick turnaround of guests. And you prefer something that was in keeping with the property, nothing too clinical. And it's important that everybody had a seat. So,
Yeah,
which
correct.
is always important for a holiday. So first things first, I'm just going to talk through the concept board. So I should put that on board. Obviously the property is fairly close to the coast, the Suffolk coast. So this is my concept board. So within this, it just gives you an idea of the colour palette. So my initial inspiration was from a beach hut in nearby Southwold. So I like the colours there, that it was sort of the warm sort of yellow tones mixed with the blues and the greys of the sea and the sand. I thought that they'd be quite nice, warm, calming colours, nice for a lounge, nothing too busy. And then we could throw in sort of more natural fabrics. Obviously the floor is already oak floor in there, and in good quality, so that won't take much, we won't need to do much there. Rattan fixtures with the lighting. On the walls we're going to go for sort of quite soft muted colours, and then get a bit of impact with throws and add colour in there, things that can be washed easily as well. And lots of greenery, probably faux greenery, just because obviously there's not going to be anyone in there to keep replacing flowers and things. So the sample board, which I have here. So sample board, some of these colours and textures are just to give you an idea of how they will look. So you can see here, so this represents the flooring that's already in place. For the fireplace area, I've chosen quite a busy tile, but I think it sort of picks out all those colours that I spoke about in the concept board quite nicely, and would create like a feature.
Nice.
These fabrics are all quite durable, and some of the fabrics which I think will be great for like the sofa, which like these fabrics and the herringbone fabric, are just a bit more durable, easy if people spill things on to keep clean, nothing too white and pale, so everything's got a little bit of texture and pattern, so we'll be a bit more forgiving with spillages. We've just got the paint samples here, so I think if we keep the walls quite neutral so that they look sort of nice and bright, and then I was thinking about we could maybe do some panelling on the bottom half of the wall in a slightly different tone, just to reflect the sort of more green tones. I'll show you on the drawings, but I've gone for a footstool as well, and a bit more of a busier pattern, because I think that will just give a bit more impact and interest to the room. And then obviously lots of greenery, just to bring it all together really. So that's that. There'll be an opportunity to ask me questions at the end as well, so we can talk through that. So I'm just going to talk through the drawings, the scale drawings. So this is the scale drawing of the room at the moment. You can see all the measurements there. Obviously quite a small room, quite low ceilings, so there's no lights on the main ceiling, so all the light comes from the window and the wall lights. So I felt like we didn't really want any heavy bulky curtains at the window to block any light, so we can go for shutters on the window. It's just so you can have the cafe style shutters, which you can close on the bottom half for passing traffic outside during the day, but keep the top half open to let the light in. You've got the two sort of doors opposite each other there, and then the fabric for the runner, which is quite durable and patterned, so that we can have that literally stretching from door to door, so that protects the floor, and also it's just quite nice to come in off the street and have something underfoot. So just to give you an idea of storage, so we spoke about that you wanted more storage, so I thought that we could do with some storage around the fireplace wall. So here we would have built-in storage, so you've got the existing fireplace there. Obviously we would lay the new tiles. Carpenter would build the new storage here, so we've got double doors on each side so that you can use that for storage. Got shelves which you could display books or ornaments or whatever you wanted, and then over the fire would be a television which could be wall mounted, and then the light just above there. So that's the storage, would be the built-in area to give you a bit more place to hide things. And then this is the rendered floor plan, so this would give you an idea of how the furniture would look in the room. So you can see the runner there. And we've gone for a 2.5 sized seater sofa there, which is very large. So you could like essentially sit 3 people in there, and then an extra seat just there for the 4th person, being a 2-bedroom cottage. So you could then cater for all people. The footstool there is it's actually like a rattan sort of table, and the one that I've chosen you can lift up and there's another table underneath, almost like a nest of tables. So you could then like move that over here and move another table over there. You can see how the storage is represented there. And then another little coffee table just to the side so that people can put their drinks on there. A large circular rug just for a bit of warmth underfoot. And just to give you another idea from a different perspective, this one's obviously not to scale, but it's a 1-point perspective drawing. So you can see the shutters there, you can see the chair by the door. You can see how the storage would then look once dressed, with the TV, and then the little table with the sofa there. And I thought a large mirror across this wall would then bounce the light from the window there.
Looks good.
So that is how the room would essentially look. So do you have any questions?
With the sofa, would there be an opportunity to have that as a sofa bed potentially to maybe allow for more people to stay?
You could, yeah. This particular sofa, which would be from sofa.com, is the one I've chosen. They do sofa beds, so you could do that, and then I guess you could maximise more money with more guests staying.
Okay.
Yeah, so they would do that, and quite often they come with a really thin mattress, so that would all fold neatly underneath. So yeah, that's certainly an option. And then if you wanted to do that, then you could just obviously push the coffee table there out of the way, and yeah, put it out. That would be another good idea. Yeah.
Looks good.
Any other questions? What about the shutters? What do you think about that idea?
Yeah, I like the shutters. Yeah, it's much better than the curtains because you can allow light in and still have privacy at the same time. So yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, and you're happy with this sort of, it's a bit more clashing patterns, but I think that sort of makes it for a bit more interest, and also like for spillages and things, I think it's a bit more forgiving.
Yeah, I think it makes, there's more for the eye to look at, so there's more interest, so I quite like it.
Great, perfect. Any other questions? Anything about the sample boards or the colours I've chosen?
No, I don't think so.
No? Great, wonderful. Thank you for meeting me.